What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Baddog here with a New York Giants video. As always, thank you for taking the time to click on the video. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up because it does help out huge. Hit the subscribe, ring the bell. One of my, well, I don't really like to call them resolutions, but something I'm going to do in 2024 is definitely do more Giants content, Yankee content, whatever. I got to put more videos on the channel. I've been very lax. It's been a very lousy season for the New York Giants. I've talked about this before. They win a playoff game. You get all excited. You look at the moves they make, the drafts, and the draft. This coaching regime, and yeah, I don't know what the hell my camera just froze for. But you go on into this year thinking, hey man, this team is going to get better. We're going to compete with Dallas. We've closed the gap, and you lose 40-0. You wait 8 months for the Giants, all hyped up. You get all hyped up for week one, primetime game, and lose 40-0. And then by the middle of October, we're talking about the draft. It's amazing how that works. So it's been a lousy season for the New York Giants, without question. You've had a lot of injuries and about a lot of things go wrong. The coaching hasn't been good. There's many factors to point to as to why the Giants are 5-11 and perhaps going to be 5-12 when they play Philadelphia. Right now, they pick 5th in the draft. That could change. Definitely New England could beat the Jets. That's possible. With the way Arizona's playing, they could beat Seattle. That's possible. That'd be the best case scenario for us because we have Seattle's second round pick. So we hope Arizona wins that game. I don't see Washington beating Dallas. So I think the best the Giants could do is number 3. However, not just the draft, but free agency. Joe Schoen's 2024 offseason is going to be massive. And I put on Twitter, it's make or break. And I know with Twitter, I'm only allowed a certain amount of characters. So sometimes when you tweet something out, the context can get lost because what can you really read from a tweet or words? I didn't mean when I said it's make or break that he's going to get fired if they're bad in 2024. What I mean is really what I wanted to say is it's a pivoting point. It is a turning point. At 2024, you take a look at the Giants pending undrafted free agents going into next year, okay? Shout out to Justin and Bobby talking Giants. I got the list from them on Twitter. So here it is, right? Saquon Barkley, Xavier McKinney, Ashawn Robinson, Adoree Jackson, Ben Bredesen, Jihad Ward, Tyrod Taylor, Isaiah Simmons, Olszewski, Paris Campbell, Tyree Phillips, Justin Pugh, Sterling Shepard, Casey Kreider, Matt Breida, Darnay Holmes, Matt Parrott, Carter Coughlin, Cam Brown, Shane Lemieux, whoever J.C. Hassenauer is. I don't even know who that is, honestly. Gerard David, Sean Harlow, Lawrence Cager, and, of course, Randy Bullock. Nobody cares about Randy Bullock. He was brought in here because Graham Gano got hurt. But that is a long list of, obviously, undrafted free agents. Now, Joe Schoen will have the option to bring some of those guys back. Those are Gettleman guys. A lot of them are Gettleman guys. Gettleman guys are gone. This is going to be Joe Schoen's first foray into really building the team he wants to. Now, he's had a couple of years to do so. He's had a couple of drafts, but he really hasn't had any cap flexibility, and most of the team are Gettleman's guys. We'll see if Saquon Barkley comes back. Me personally, I'm not willing to give Saquon 3 years, $42 million, 3 years. Well, I don't even want to give him 3 years. 2 years, maybe 18 million. Maybe I tag him. If I give him 3 years, I'm giving him 3 years, 24, the ability to get out after 2 years. It's not because I don't love Saquon Barkley. I do. It's just if I'm going to take money, everybody complains about the offensive line. I'd rather put the money in front of the quarterback, whoever that may be, instead of behind the quarterback. I feel like in this day and age, a superstar running back, you do not need one of those. You need a superstar running game. And that includes all your running backs, quarterback, all that stuff. So I believe that that's the way it goes. You look at the Kansas City Chiefs one with Isaac Pacheco last year, okay? You don't – the day and age of the Emmitt Smiths and the Barry Sanders and, the Walter Paytons, those are gone. Joe Schoen's got to make a lot of decisions this offseason. If he doesn't make the correct ones, well, we're going to be talking about this 3 years from now. He loses his job, okay? Just a matter of fact, he has got to go out and get the right guys. A lot of Giants fans want a quarterback, me included. People can say, you hate Daniel Jones. It's farthest thing from the truth. I love when one guy's like, you rooted your ass off for Daniel Jones last year. Now look at you. I'll root my ass over Daniel Jones so he's not a Giant because he's a Giant. Of course I'm going to root for him. That does not mean that I believe he's the guy of the future. I don't understand. There's a big Twitter war, going on with Daniel Jones supporters and Daniel Jones detractors. And I just don't understand why the people that want to move on from Daniel Jones, why they're vilified as if saying, oh, Daniel Jones, he's had 6 years or 5 years to prove himself. Granted, the offensive line's not good, the team's not good, but he's also been injured, right? How many years are we going to keep pushing back? Oh, year 6 is going to be the breakout. You look out for this. Listen, man, he's got a torn ACL now. He's had 2 neck injuries. There's no guarantee that this guy's going to be healthy, whether he performs or not, right? If you're Joe Schoen and you lock yourself into Daniel Jones and you pass on a quarterback that's available and that quarterback goes out and balls out, you lost your job. Because at that point, you've decided on Daniel Jones. All those free agents that I mentioned, a lot of them being Gettleman guys, that is Shane's decision. Do I retain the Gettleman guys or do I go my own route? Do I pick my own guys? And I think that he and Dave will have to sit down and have this conversation. There's going to be a lot of changes this offseason with the Giants. There's no question. How many of the assistants come back? How many of the coordinators come back? Are they all gone? Is Dable going to be the only guy back? Is Wink gone? Is Kafka gone? For me personally, and I think that most Giants fans can agree Bobby Johnson needs to be gone. We may not agree on the quarterback. We may not agree on the first-round draft pick. We may not agree on a lot of things, but I'm pretty sure most Giants fans will say, yes, got to get rid of Bobby Johnson. Evan Neal's too talented to be this bad. John Michael Schmidt's an up and down year. He's been hurt. You got to get a real coach in there to coach young talent. These guys are very highly touted for a reason. You don't just go to the NFL and all of a sudden suck. Remember Andrew Thomas's rookie season? He started off really bad, and then the Georgia coach or whatever, the O-line coach or whoever it was, said, how come Mark Colombo was teaching him to do this? We didn't teach him to do any of that at Georgia. And as soon as Colombo was gone, Andrew Thomas became an all-pro left tackle. Coaching goes a long way. And so that's another decision Joe Schoen has to make, is the coaching staff, the coordinators. He has to decide on this. 2024, this offseason is going to be very interesting. Last offseason, it was very boring. And you know what? When you have a boring offseason, that's a good thing for your football team because it means there's minimal changes made because you were a good football team and you want to just improve. You want to make some improvements. When you have to go through wholesale changes and you're drafting in the top 5, it's obvious because the year was a failure. So it's going to be a very intriguing offseason without question. It's going to be very interesting in which direction Joe Schoen goes. Do they trade up and try to get a quarterback? Do they pass on the quarterback? Do they take Marvin Harrison Jr., Malik Neighbors? Me personally, I love Rome Odunze, myself. I'm a big Michael Penix fan. There's no question about this. But listen, I'll do another video on all the quarterbacks. Eventually, I'll do a video on Penix. I'll do a video on Jaden Daniels. I probably won't do them on Drake May or Caleb Williams. I don't think we're going to get them. But I'll do a different video on like Jaden Daniels and Michael Penix and whatever. But this offseason is going to be huge. Okay. There's no question about it. Joe Schoen, this is the turning point for the Giants. Okay. Either he makes the right decisions and we progress and we actually do rebuild correctly this time. And in 3 years, we're talking about making a Super Bowl run, or he does what his predecessors did and he picks the wrong guys and we suck. And in 3 years or 2 years, we're discussing a new GM and a new head coach and everything else. And let's hope that's not what happens. Me personally, I know Brian Daboll had a very rough year. I still am all in on Brian Daboll. I think that he is the right man for the job. And I am certainly in on Joe Schoen. I believe in his abilities to build a winner. And until he proves otherwise, I'm going to give him a chance. I gave Gettleman 4 years. I got to give it Schoen at least that long. But there is no doubt about it. This offseason is massive for Joe Schoen and the New York Giants. We'll see what they do. Plan on having a lot of videos. Hopefully you'll watch them. And obviously we have final game of the season coming up against Philadelphia. Can't wait for this year to be over. It's been a lousy season, to say the least. But hope everybody's having a great 2024. Hope everybody enjoy their holiday season, had a great new year and everything else. And hopefully 2024 is a much better year for everybody out there and the New York Giants included. Anyway, that's all I got in this video. Thank you for watching. As always, it's Bad Diggy Dizzle. I'll see you in the next one. I'm out. Peace.